You're listening to Traumedy, the podcast that helps you transmute your trauma with comedy. Yeah. Take your trauma, take your pain, and play with it. That's what Charlie Chaplin said. I'm Nancy Norton. I'm studying therapeutic humor. I'm a comedian. I'm a former nurse. And as you know, I got out of healthcare for the same reason a lot of you got into it, to save lives. You are welcome. I'm doing my best to save lives with humor now. I'm healing with humor. Feel the healing. Oh, I'm doing Radio Reiki. Welcome to the Radio Reiki broadcast. It's Nancy Norton. I am a stand-up comedian. I'm a keynote speaker. I talk about the power of humor, why we need it. I love going to healthcare conferences, business conferences. We talk about all the benefits of humor, how it helps us. Traumedy is just one of the things that helps. Traumedy is not a replacement for trauma therapy, but it will help you get by between sessions. This week, we actually have a therapist as our guest. I cry. Just talking to a therapist makes me cry. Just saying, yeah, just knowing that somebody's holding kind of a safe space allows my inner child to shed a tear or two. So there might be a few little tears here and there, and that's okay. I don't know, all of a sudden I'm channeling Stuart Smalley. That's okay. We're going to get through this together. Right before we recorded this, Katie and I took our shoes off and decided to walk around the backyard because we wanted to ground. We're needing a little grounding before, and I had just watched part of a documentary called Earthing until Amazon Prime started playing commercials and said you had to pay another $2.99 a month to not have those commercials. And there were so many commercials. I was so angry. It helped me get off of my Amazon addiction. You guys, I'm free. I got a $100 refund on my Amazon subscription. Come on, join me in the revolution. Stop subscribing to Amazon Prime. It was ridiculous. So anyway, I did watch just the first 10 minutes before all these commercials just kept coming on. It was fascinating. Ground. When you ground, you literally are grounded magnetically to the earth. We're going to go outside. We'll be back. We are mindful.
Yeah, we are.
You get extra grounded when you step in dog poo.
I think. It's something like that.
Let me interview your feet. Welcome to Traumedy. My guest this week is Katie Mason. Welcome, Katie.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
I am so honored to have you.
Oh.
I love that you told me you've been listening a little bit and that you're starting a podcast soon.
Yes.
As a licensed professional counselor and mentor.
Yep.
And you're also a comedian and keynote speaker.
Yeah.
Wow. And what is your podcast going to be called?
It's called Trust the Process, a People House podcast. People House is an affordable counseling center in Denver. They provide affordable counseling for the community. And I was, through my training, it's part of an intern program that, like graduate level therapists who are getting their credentialing go through and then get supervision, and they just provide a lot of resources for the community. So I'm a private practitioner there and I have an office. And then my co-host, Ilan Benami, is the clinical director of the affordable counseling program. And together he's actually the person who got me into comedy. So Ilan is his name. Yeah. He's not performing comedy anymore, but at the time, He was, yeah.
So this guy got you started doing comedy.
Yes.
But the primary relationship was...
As therapists. We know each other as therapists through People House. And
man, I love this affordable... so many times I'm just like, it's such a privilege to go to therapy.
Exactly.
And the other thing I'm working on is being in the flow of money.
Yes,
I've had a poverty consciousness a long time. My dad put that in. I'm very frugal. And I'm trying now to pay people what they want to get paid. And then I'm learning to ask to get paid in my job. I have a bad habit. Literally every time I quote somebody my fee for my keynote, I tell them the fee and then I go, but if you need, I always want things to be a win-win. I even told the last client, I'm extremely codependent. Tell me what you need. I actually said that. So let's see how that one goes. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I'll let you know what I end up doing that one for.
Yeah.
But thank you for being of service, helping people. I read your website. And I love the mentoring aspect of it. And I don't know if this is okay. I forgot to even ask you like where we wanted to focus, but let's just see where this road takes us.
Sounds
and
good.
then what I like to do after is like, we can go back and pick up things like you're like, you know what I really wanted to talk about today was not anything you asked me about.
Perfect. I'm on the ride.
Okay, cool. Okay. Welcome aboard.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard the Traumedy wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Somehow it's a covered wagon. We're pioneers.
That works.
Yeah.
It totally works.
At first I thought I saw the bar of a roller coaster, but then it quickly
it's a covered wagon.
It was like a little one, a very little covered wagon with one mule.
Yeah, mule.
Mule, a Missouri mule is driving this wagon. So trust the mule.
Okay.
Okay. I love to drink Kentucky mules. I'll be honest. I want them to rename them Missouri mules.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, if you're in sobriety, stay there.
There's affordable resources at People House.
At People House. I love that. People House.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were called to be a counselor.
Yes.
And as many of us are called to the healing professions, I was a nurse. I'm 5th generation nurse.
Oh,
I was I thought an artist, you know. I told the story before where I'm welding a sculpture and under the hood I hear a voice say, "You need to make a living." So, but there's something in that childhood, for me anyway, and I'm curious to hear from you, that wanted to help heal. Like I felt like my soul journey was supposed to help heal my mother, which she did not appreciate. She did not want my healing, turns out, and neither did any of my subsequent life partners. Anyway, that'll.
Oh yeah.
Do you have any your gifts for healing? Perhaps. No pressure. Did they come from some trauma, or do you sense that?
Oh yeah. I mean, 100%. Yeah. I mean, I grew up my mother was she actually died from alcoholism. So she was young. She was 52. So she was like in and out of jail and rehab my whole childhood. And then, so a lot of chaos, a lot of addiction, and the worst of it, you lose somebody to that.
And that's why you're here going, I'm on for the ride, because you have such a tolerance.
Oh yeah.
So you had to figure out how to survive in that chaos of she's going to get well. Oops, she slipped again. And then, I'm just
over and over and over and over again.
And then each time, did you have hope, or did you stop hoping, or did you just?
I think I always had hope. Yeah. And I didn't realize that until she died. Yeah.
In the final, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's just like one layer of it, and that's like I don't even know if that's the Cliff Note version. I don't know. That's like maybe a title of one of the chapters. So it was so much of that. My father was a rageaholic. So, they were match made in heaven.
Oh, yes. Isn't it amazing how the loving universe brings us together with what I used to say complementary issues, and my ex-boyfriend would say uncomplimentary issues. So, wow. So he raged. Yep. He like wanted control.
Yep, wanted control, and then raged when he didn't get it, and
probably I'm in a recovery program for codependency, so I know that I'm probably more like your dad in that I try to feel safe by controlling everything, and then when people don't hear me, I do feel terrified, and I mask it with rage. I have done that.
Yeah.
And I've had to make amends.
He's a complex, both my parents, very complex individuals. Very smart too, brilliant. They were both attorneys. Like my mom was one of like 2 women to graduate from law school at the time. She had 4 kids. Pioneers. And then it just tanked. Yeah. And then my dad was a civil rights attorney and very successful, but they just, academically, intellectually very smart, but emotionally, just nothing.
Right.
Nothing there.
Yes. I'm also in a recovery program for adult children.
Oh,
so,
yeah. That was one of the first pieces of therapy I ever did. Went to adult children of alcoholics. It was a support group when I was in college at CU, the university actually put it on. And because my mother, so I was 20 when she died, so I was in college at CU, and I went to that program, or went to the CU had resources, which I was grateful for, because so I started therapy right away.
Oh, I'm
very
so
young
glad.
age. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm glad you had therapy. I'm not glad the reason, but
I mean, but it's all, it just is what it is, like I don't want I've done enough work that I don't want anything to be different.
Yeah, isn't that the way?
Yeah.
There is a part of it, like, we wouldn't trade places with anyone, because you see the journey and you see the value, and it made you who you are, which
exactly.
is is it okay if I call you a healer?
Because sure.
I sensed that, like, we just did a walk out there that felt like and healing, I know, is a broad brush, but I just feel any step that brings you closer to yourself is what I would, or your authentic, healthy self.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm making things up as we go along here, but I've never thought about defining what healing is. It's not like it's ever done, like I'm healed.
Right.
Although I guess certain issues can get healed.
Yeah, it's a good question. I kind of think of things are just always in process, and you kind of do different layers of things. Maybe it's because I'm a therapist. I don't like to wrap things up in a neat little package.
Little bow, yeah.
And at the same time, I don't feel like we have to be suffering in our same wounds over and over again. Like, I'm not also trying to just be stuck in the past constantly.
Well, and that's probably why I trust the process, because it's a process. Like, life is a process of, I believe my sole agreement was to come here and to expand consciousness. And I sense, I don't know, everybody's got to define it for themselves, but it just feels like, hey, maybe that's what we're all doing here.
Yeah.
Expanding consciousness.
Yeah, I see it as like, I'm trying to, part of my work is just to show up in my light and to like shine a light in the darkness.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know if you noticed my shirt.
I was wondering about it.
Okay, so I had a meditation. I don't know, I'm going to show it. I've never done video, so I'm learning, but check it out. Okay, it says Crybaby Badass. Crybaby Badass. So I was like, I just cry a lot. And in every meeting, in every recovery meeting, I feel like I'm the one that's crying. But then, I'm in therapy, telling my therapist I'm a crybaby, and she's like, you're a badass.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I am a badass. I've done a lot of badass shit. But I'm also
a badass.
Affirmations are us.
You are. I don't know. This is our first time ever really connecting, right? But I've been tracking you for a while, just watching your comedy. I've seen you perform many times, and you are for sure a badass.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm going to clap because you know what?
Receive it.
I need to take it in. Also, I'm like clapping. The angels, I heard like the clapping. Clapping for my muses who joined me on stage. But yeah, Crybaby Badass. And then I'm realizing the strength of that, that part of our recovery work with adult children is unexpressed grief is where a lot of the healing happens. Yeah. When you grieve, the unexpressed grief. And so Crybaby Badass is a thing. And then here in this little hyphen area is the word luminary backwards. So you see your light in the mirror.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I came to me during psychedelic therapy and I went in the bathroom and I saw my light, and I don't always see it in the mirror. I always see my disfigurements.
Yeah.
I see my lazy eye and I can pull it in, or I see my jowls falling, or I see this ego stuff. And then, that light, and I just saw it and it's like, oh, and I got this idea, and I just need to bow to my light in the mirror, because you can't touch this.
Yeah.
You can't touch this with any trauma, with any abuse. It's transcendent. And that's exactly what I want to bring every time I try to bring my light to connect with your light.
Yep.
And then when our light I don't want to say namaste because it's overused.
It is overused.
But my son is from Nepal, and when they say it, they mean it.
Yeah, totally.
And there is a sincere, the light in me does
honors
see
the light in you.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'll do a new printing of Crybaby Badass shirts because I did print.
Yeah. So you made that shirt.
I came to me in a meditation and then I just drew it out by hand. And then I took it to a guy and he's like, I love this design. It's so simple. And I'm like, yeah, because it's divinely inspired.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Truth is simple.
It is simple. And I didn't have to get too fancy. I just drew this on an iPad and then I've heard from different people, like at the last show, I gave it to the wait staff and she came back the next time I was there and like, hey, I got to tell you, people keep asking where I got this. And so now is it bad to put my website on a divinely inspired?
You just put it on the back.
Okay, that's what I want to ask you because she goes, I couldn't remember your whole name to tell them where to get one.
For sure. Put it on the back.
No, okay, all right.
Yeah, because you
don't want to.
It came through you and people should know about you.
Crybaby Badass. All right.
Yeah, if they don't know about you,
or
they should.
Just because it's not like. It's more about reaching more people.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the thing. Gosh, it's such a delicate thing in this business to get my ego out of here.
Yeah.
And be of service, but yet my ego keeps coming in going, but I came up with that. Like, shush.
Oh, constantly.
You didn't.
Yeah.
All right. I got distracted by my own. But the light, I want to go back to you sharing your light. So thank you. I interjected my Crybaby Badass self in there. So what you want to do, say it again, is...
I'm here to shine a light in the dark.
Yes.
Yeah, and just be the light in the darkness. I mean, my background, my childhood was very dark, and yet I found a way through, right? And then as a therapist, I help people like build capacity to be in the darkness.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like darkness isn't bad, but like we can be really afraid of it. So it's like a skill to learn how to navigate the darkness and then to hold our own light in that darkness is another skill. And
yes,
that's the last one that I'm learning now how to do that more visibly, like in a public facing way. Whereas I've been doing it sort of behind the scenes for a long time in my client work. And that's where the performance component comes in.
I cannot wait to see you perform.
Yeah.
So you have a show that you do with Andrea Vall and
Elena McMillan.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I'm going to have Elena on the podcast too.
Great. Yeah.
And so...
Yeah, it's called Life, a delightful show about fear and grief. The next show is March 30th at the Dairy in Boulder. But, we're taking some heavy topics, fear and grief, and expressing ourselves through comedy. We also weave it with, we share stories, and I'm also a poet, and I do performance poetry. So it's kind of cross-genre, but it's all about fear and grief. And it's lovely. I'm really proud of this show and proud to collaborate with Andrea and Elena on it because we're very different. Our personalities are very different, yet we came together because fear and grief are universal languages, really.
Yeah. It's interesting. Fear and grief. Yeah, those two, I'm curious about those particular, is grief an emotion or is it a process, I guess?
Yeah.
Grief.
It's a good question.
The idea of fear and grief, and how did you come to fear and grief versus sadness or powerlessness, rage, rage and grief?
Well, I would say that rage is sprinkled in there a little bit. Fear and grief are not, they kind of encompass a lot of things. Like rage and anger can be a part of grief. But I think those words we kind of landed on as a theme that we were trying to figure out how to create a show for us three to do together. And so we were looking at the themes of our writing, and it was like one of the common themes that was emerging.
Oh,
and so that
makes sense.
How it was born. And grief I do think it is an emotion in and of itself, but it encompasses a lot of other emotions. Mm-hmm. So it's complex.
So complex.
And fear too. It's not just, like excitement and fear are related to each other even. And, like we can feel really excited, and that's just like the the opposite of fear, but they're like different sides of the same coin. So
Yeah.
I think we just landed on those as like the themes that we were working on. And then you come to the show, you'll see that we dance in a few different areas. Like I do a performance poem that is a little ragey, you know, but it's about my own grief with, I have chronic illness that I've been working through for a long time, and it's about my sort of rage at the wellness industry in a way.
Okay.
Yeah. And just being a patient, long-term patient, and with a lot of different doctors and alternative practitioners, mainstream practitioners, and it's a funny, light poem, but it's also got a hint of rage because that is my experience, and it is related to my grief in that particular instance with my health, for example.
Yeah. I am curious about your health and trauma because one of the things I have come to know about why I'm doing this is to help people express, and it doesn't always have to be through comedy, like you say, poetry, spoken word, writing, painting, all kinds of ways to express. And the opposite of express is impress. And so that whole idea that trauma makes an impression on you if you don't find an expression for it has really landed with me and my endocrinologist. And I'm on this mission. I am working on healing a chronic autoimmune disease of my thyroid that she has never seen anyone heal that, although she has seen them plateau it. But it's Hashimoto's disease. It's not super serious because there's a pretty easy remedy to take levothyroxine. Okay. But I don't think it's a mistake that it's one of those epigenetics or metagenetics or however you say that, where a family can have a disease because we're not allowed to speak our truth and the throat chakra energy. I don't know. But do you feel like your illness is at all rooted in trauma? Or
Yeah. I mean, I think it's complex. So I think there's layers to what has contributed to it. But for sure, I know that my childhood is one of those layers. And I mean, are you familiar with like the ACE scores?
Yes, ACE score, adverse childhood experiences. And you add it up and you're like, ooh, you're off the charts.
Yeah, I'm like an 8 out of 10, which is very high on that.
Yeah.
So, and there's a correlation they find between people with high scores on that and who have chronic health issues. So, and in my healing journey now, it's taken me a long time, but I think I'm at a point where I'm really learning. Like it's so weird because there's been so many different chapters of this, but in the last like 2 years, something has shifted where I'm really understanding this is about teaching myself that I'm safe on like on a cellular level, you know, on like a really fundamental level. And that is a skill that I don't have, even though not that I don't have, but that needs to be reprogrammed minute by minute in me because my body has been in a chronic fight or flight place my whole life.
Yes.
And I've been very successful in that place.
Yeah, that's the tricky part, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the tricky part of letting go in my recovery work, letting go of those survival skills that are no longer serving us. Yeah. It's so hard to tell your body, like, yes, thank you. That worked so well for us in childhood. You did a great job.
Yep.
And you're okay now. And we can let that rest. And the more we can get to that state and reaffirm it and like, we are okay. We are okay right now. What helps you get to that place of I'm okay right now?
So many things. It just depends. Like if it's in the middle of the night and I'm having, you know, some kind of anxiety, I have to get really a lot of times I do have to like get physically deeper into my body, a child's pose, a shower, like the grounding we just did is so good, you know, feeling contact with something else physical, a weighted blanket, you know, it can be a whole variety of those kind of things. So that,
kind of the parasympathetic nervous system reset things like gargling, they say,
humming.
Humming. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What would you hum? Like, what would
maybe like, "You Are My Sunshine."
Oh, let's hum it. Like that. Let's do it. Let's do it right now. Let's see. That song always that song ends up sad at the end. Like it starts off
my
sunshine away. He took my sunshine.
True, that's a good point.
Make sure you end that before you are my. Just do the "You Are My Sunshine" part.
But what is good about a song like that is yes, there's maybe some. It's
got a range. No,
well,
okay,
no, the range is whatever. That's not working for me.
I meant of emotions,
but the range of emotion, and it's like I can't help but think of little Katie. If I were to be humming that song, which is what I'm working with, right? Super young, who knows?
Yeah,
like a 4-year-old part of me. It's so maybe the pre-verbal, 2 years old, so that I'm getting out of my analytical mind because I cannot think myself out of supporting myself when my nervous system is dysregulated.
Man, I love that you just said that because I was just having a trigger a couple days ago. And I wasn't feeling heard. And when I don't feel heard, I revert to almost like an infant. Like I am terrified. I had some terror that I've come to realize as an infant. My hardest thing is to learn how to pause it's so hard to pause in the middle of it.
It's so hard.
Somebody should they splash water on me? Should I tell them like splash water on me?
Well, I just had a conversation with
I would be so mad if they did, but also I think it would change.
I think it would help. Yeah. If you agreed to it before, Oh
my God. Oh, maybe we should have
what about a spray bottle?
Yeah, I was thinking it would be so funny or like a funny squirt gun that's like I love you squirt gun, like psh, psh, fine, where'd you go? Psh, 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 psh.
I mean, I know that would just probably make me more angry. Well, I'm trying to think, could I
my feelings are valid. That's the way it feels.
Exactly.
How dare you not take on my valid feelings?
Yeah.
And then he got triggered because he's got, we all have issues, and it's like he's hearing that I don't like him, and I'm like, that is not what I'm saying. I just want to feel heard. I'm making I statements. I was really indignant about my I statements, and then he's like, you're being controlling, and I'm like, you're making you statements. I'm saying I statements.
Yeah.
I got into this whole thing. It was hilarious. He started putting his boots on. I'm like, oh God, don't leave. This isn't the thing about just hear me. That's all. Oh God.
Yeah.
Anyway, maybe a funny squirt gun or something else. My son says he's lived with me a long time.
Like silly string?
Silly string would be hilarious. Oh, I don't know though.
I know when you're mad, like when you're in it, like.
But I like the idea of silly string.
Yeah.
My son, what he does, and because he knows my patterns, and I have empowered him, so he mocks me to my face. He'll go, "It's not my way," and he'll do a little almost like a little Nepalese leprechaun. It's not my way. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, all right, you got me. I am terrified, and I'm a child, a little bitty baby, terrified baby, crybaby. I'm a crybaby badass, but that's scary when it's your mom or your aunt. Like, oh my God, I'm supposed to be the adult here.
Yep.
Shit, I blew it again.
Yeah.
Then I just have to tell them it's not. I have issues, and I'm so sorry, and I have to make amends.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's so good when you come out of the trigger, and then you can be like, oh, okay, like I can handle this. It's not what I thought it was. It's just like I'm like at a point where I'm working through like when you're in relationships that you can work out those triggers.
Yes.
That's huge because that means you're safe enough to work out those triggers.
Yeah. And I will say, I think we're closer after it.
Yeah.
The irony, like I don't have to be perfect, and I'm not. I have complex PTSD, according to my therapist. Yeah.
Yeah. Me too. So I get it.
The gifts of complex PTSD, even though I feel like it is disappointing. I'm disappointed in myself when that happened because I thought I wouldn't ever, I thought I would catch it, and then it gets ahead of me all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Especially if somebody denies, your feelings don't matter, basically.
Oh my God, yes.
Okay.
That is probably one of my biggest triggers too. Yeah. Because it's like the gaslighting of my childhood all over again.
Yes. Do not tell me, it doesn't matter. It does to me, and that's what I'm talking about right now. So
Yeah.
That was, so you're like, that would be interesting. Like I said, my son's lived with me a long time. So, you know, hey, listen. And the fact that he wants to study psychology, I was telling somebody else on the podcast, like, that's one of the signs, like, oops, I fucked up as a parent. My son's studying psychology, either that or goes into comedy. Those are the two markers of a fucked up childhood. Damn it.
Got them both. I have them both.
Yeah, you nailed it. We have a winner. No more calls. We have a winner right here on Traumedy.
Yeah.
Well, but look at this. You look great. You know how and anything we can do for your health. Want some free Reiki? I do free Reiki. There's my free Reiki.
That's what that is.
Yeah, okay. It's free. It's free. It's worth every penny.
Oh, it feels great.
Actually, it does raise the frequency of your body.
I believe you.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we do a little crown chakra and we ask, let this serve your highest good.
Pull it out. Pull
You
stuff
want
out,
some?
right?
Want me to pull some stuff out?
Sure.
Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's do it. Hey, I'll pull it out.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
well,
but
that's a big thing.
Okay. Well, hey, it is. It is. I felt it was big, and I'm letting it go by, and then it's gonna. Then we're gonna.
Yeah, that's right. You gotta shake it off because you don't want that.
I don't need it.
Yeah,
I've got.
Take that, Miss Codependent.
No, I'm going by. I'm going over the. I'm going over the
chair.
peppermint. I'm going right over the peppermint tea with it, and then I throw it into the earth. Let Mother Earth. She transmutes.
She can take it.
What she does, she turns shit into manure.
Yeah,
and she turns it into fertilizer. I mean, shit and manure are the same thing. Okay, right. She turns manure into fertilizer, and she actually will transmute that into beautiful things that will serve the earth, and then we can also like
sunflowers.
Oh, she's gonna make sunflowers. All right, we made a lot of sunflowers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm not done.
I know. I think we might need a couple episodes.
Okay, there we go.
Finish.
We can do that some more later, but okay, there it went.
But it is interesting just that you're doing that because I am learning how to shake off the energy of even other people, right?
Yeah, like after a session or
after this
Traumedy podcast.
Or going to like an open mic or something. There's so much energy. Oh my gosh, so many people, so much energy. And I have to like cleanse myself because I'm like, I was just in session all day and now I'm on this bar with all these comics and all
these wounded children. Yeah. Oh, we're all such wounded children.
Right. And then I'm like, okay, so I do and then I forget. Yeah. And then all of a sudden I'm like, what is wrong? I'm like, oh, I'm not like cleansing my aura.
That's it. And you know, it's funny. I have a spiritual mentor in England.
Oh, nice.
Who I meet with on Zoom at like midnight. So it's 7 a.m. and we just met last night. And that's exactly what she is teaching me. And also some other exercises, which I'd be happy to share with you. But yeah, she was just like, we are going to reestablish. And she said to kind of scan your body if you feel any holes or any funny, you can just like reestablish if you picked up any other energies and then just see your aura reestablished as just this beautiful, she kept saying things like diamonds and gold and silver light, just kind of this sparkly, really high frequency, beautiful aura. So I'll just see that. Mm-hmm. Woo. Yeah.
I brought this little guy because I'll carry sometimes like a rock in my pocket. I forget it's ammonite.
Oh, ammonite. Ooh, that's beautiful. Is that from a sea creature?
Yeah. It's a little
let me
snail.
show it. Let me show it to the home if we ever use
this video. But and for the people who don't, it's just like a fossilized snail.
Is it okay that I'm holding it?
Yeah.
I didn't even ask permission, but you did hand it to me.
Yeah, so I did. Yeah, so it's like a fossilized snail.
That is
so that does help. I do keep kind of grounding things in my pockets at times or
remind you like
yeah, it's just to which you think of like a kid, that's something that kids they have their little special favorite rock that they carry or their blanket, and it's these things that help ground us and
comfort us.
And so
because kind of like put your worries into it.
Yeah, just and it's something that I'm bringing my attention to more than just being in the energy outside of me. It's sort of like, and for lucid dreaming, like I'm a big lucid dreamer, so this is like a reality test.
Do you keep that by your bed?
Well, I'll keep it in my pocket. Like, am I dreaming? So every time I touch it, I ask, am I dreaming?
Oh, wait, help me understand this better. So, in your pocket, but you don't have pockets in your pajamas, but when you're dreaming,
So when I'm awake, I carry it to ask myself if I'm dreaming, because then you're more likely in a dream to ask if you're dreaming, which would, stimulate consciousness like, oh, actually, this is a dream.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called like a reality check.
I love that.
It's a
I
consciousness or awareness practice.
I read that on your website about dream. What's the phrase I'm looking for? Not dream analysis, but dream interpretation.
I would say dream therapy or dream. I'm like a dream guide.
Love this so much. And it's so cool that I just read that this morning, and I had this most recurring dream that I've ever had in my life last night. And I was thinking, I wonder if I could indulge you and talk about it. And then I want to hear more.
Yeah.
So this is an offering. You offer mentoring. You offer dream therapy.
Yeah, it's like, the way I work with dreams, so that's why I became a therapist because of my background growing up the way I did, but I also wanted to study dreams. So I specifically went back to graduate school for counseling to focus on dreams, because I had a really powerful dream after my mother died that was super healing, where I hugged her in the dream and felt like I got to say goodbye to her, which is something I didn't get to do in waking life.
Oh, got truth chills. Like, I feel like she's here with us.
Possible. Yeah.
Oh.
So I was like, what is this dreaming thing? Because it just felt like I got to release so much grief that I couldn't do. Or like I just felt things I couldn't, she was so sick that nothing was complete with her when she died. No healing conversations to be had at all. But this dream felt like a healing conversation. And so
it changed you.
Changed me, yeah.
And you were able to forgive her. You were able to... Well, I don't know if the word's forgive, but let me not put words in your mouth. Tell me more.
Well,
that's
what
I
think it was.
I'm not a good therapist.
Tell me more.
Tell me more. Can I just tell you what you just told me? Here's what you told me. Let me make some assumptions.
You just corrected yourself like that. That was really nice.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it, my assumptions and shit.
Yeah.
Projections.
Well, I think what it did was it allowed me to feel hope for healing the relationship. And it felt like it allowed me to feel like I got to say goodbye to her, which was so important because it just was so unfinished. And there was, I was 20 when that happened, when I had that dream. Just started the healing process, right? Started therapy after that. So it was many, many years before I could say that I forgave her. But I do feel that I have peace with the relationship and the forgiveness is there. I see her for who she was and I understand why she was the way that she was and I'm grateful for me being me, and I wouldn't be me without having gone through what I did. So there is healing in that.
And healing, and I feel like the word acceptance. When we look at the old, I don't know if they even use the Kubler-Ross grieving process thing anymore.
Sure.
But I know it's nonlinear because I go back and forth where I think I've completely forgiven my mother and I'm grateful. I have gratitude.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I go back and I am that really angry, rageful person. So it's nonlinear.
Yeah.
But I love that I can get to acceptance intermittently.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I want to see, let's see, what else just came to me about that dream too that I wanted to ask you. Because a word came and I was like, I got to make sure and ask her that. And I need to write things down because I don't want to interrupt, but I also want to remember.
Yeah.
So it's tricky. But when you were saying, like, she came and you got to say goodbye and, here's what it was. You got to say goodbye, but I wondered if you also got to say hello to a part of her you never knew. Like her authentic, like her soul. Yeah. Like my mother, I just felt like she just had such a barrier and I could not access her soul or her heart. Yeah. And I would just love to have that dream. Maybe I'll invite that because to this day I have yet, and I want to cry about that because I've yet to. I just wanted to know my mother's heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just never could.
Yeah.
And it was such a loss for me in this lifetime because I have done past life work where I had such a warm mother and it was like, what is this about? And, your whole childhood, you make it about you. Like, I'm unlovable. Yeah. I'm not worthy. So I love that you're here. I feel like maybe I could call in her soul in my dream and get to have something like that.
Yeah.
I would love to meet her soul.
I thank you for sharing that. Can I keep?
Yeah.
Oh,
of course you're a therapist. You bring out the best in me. But seriously, that was my own projection. Like, I would love to meet my mother's soul.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you met her soul?
Yeah, because in the dream, she was healthy. She was radiant.
Oh.
She was wearing a bright green satin polyester backless bell-bottom jumpsuit. She was on her way to a disco.
I love that.
Yeah.
Backless bell-bottom jumpsuit.
Yeah.
She was
bright green.
She was sexy, huh?
She looked just hot.
Like she was in her divine femininity.
Yeah. Yeah. And she was like, I feel like this, so that image, and I share this, I actually do these dream performances too, which, fingers crossed, I submitted one to the Denver Fringe Festival. So.
All right, manifest.
Yes.
All right, loving universe.
But where I take dream images and I perform as the image through comedy, poetry, and storytelling.
Katie, I love this.
And I'm working with color a lot, and it's a whole thing. But it started in part because that dream, she was bright green jumpsuit. She was on her way to this disco, and she gave me a hug, and I knew in the dream it was this semi-lucid state where I'm aware I'm dreaming, and I knew she had died. So I know that, like, wait, this is what happened. She had died. Now she's here in this dream. And I didn't want to let go of the hug because it was like I knew in letting go of the hug, I was really letting go of her. And she said, honey, I know this is hard, but it's time to say goodbye. Everything's going to be okay. And then she walked away, and I saw her in this radiant jumpsuit, looking healthy, which my mom, and she was smiling. My mom never smiled.
Oh.
That I remember, right? Like, I'm sure maybe she did, but my memories of her are not of her in her light.
In her joy.
In her joy. Yeah.
Yeah. And lawyer, I was with a lawyer partner. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah. They're tough.
Well, they are, but also, I mean, they're always just like in that kind of argumentative, like analytical, and it's hard. Yeah. I found it hard too to access the blissful, playful lightheartedness.
Yeah.
And so you got to see your mom smile.
So I have that as an image now. That and when I work with dreams, I work with the images, like practice, so I can meditate with that image and use it as a healing image for myself. And that's a dream where I wouldn't interpret it a lot. I'm not trying to go to the layers of, because is it a projection of me, or, there's so many different ways to work with dreams.
You're not going Freudian on it.
Not on this one, no.
Okay.
No, because it felt just like a gift of her.
And also, what is your feeling about the difference between a dream and a real experience? Like if you listen to a medium talk about it, they'd be like, that's your mom actually came to you.
Right.
Like this is not just something you made up in your mind. I don't know what's your opinion about that.
Well, I work with people to help them develop a relationship with their dreams so that they understand their own dream language, so that they can start to discern different dreams. Every dream is different.
Right.
And so some dreams I know are more completely symbolic and they're layered with projection. And I need to start doing some work because that's a big old mirror. It's showing me a part of myself that I'm not conscious of. And then some dreams feel more just like a divine gift. Like they're just showing me, they're giving me access, especially with deceased loved ones, to somebody or something higher, greater than me. And this dream with my mom, I do feel like I connected with her directly.
Yeah. And so you leave it to your client, or if you're helping somebody else. And I remember I studied dreams back in the 90s when I was in my 30s, going through a lot of stuff. And I remember there were like decluttering dreams, and then there were, the kind of, I don't know, like you said, all those other kinds, symbolic. And then I've had a few that really felt like somebody visited me.
There's
and not very
visitation
many.
dreams,
I've
for
had
sure.
very few of those, but I like my ex-boyfriend's dad came to me after, and I didn't know he had died. And then I looked it up that morning. I'm like, oh, he died within the last, I don't know, it was within maybe a couple weeks. But he came to me and asked why I left his son. Oh. And he looked really good too. I thought, oh, he looked really dapper. Like, but he just popped in and I was like, oh. Yeah. And he goes, why did you leave my son? And I thought, well, should I tell him at the end of his life? I go, oh, because he was a sociopathic liar. And then he just poofed out. Like, that's all he needed to know. Yeah. And I don't know. And I was hoping maybe he's going over to his son to help him. I don't know what. I don't know. I think he thought it was about him or something. He just needed to know, did you leave him because I was so mean to you? Because he was mean to me. But anyway, that was one of the poof. But it was just an odd, I don't know. Yeah. That was an odd, it just felt different.
Yeah. I would encourage you to trust your felt sense that it felt different, like you're knowing that something was different about that. But it does take time to sort of develop the intuitive knowing of what, not what the dream means. I don't even like that phrase, like, what does this dream means? Because it's still like analytical. I try to help people live with the questions of the dream. Oh. To be in relationship with it from a like as a question or as a possibility, rather than trying to understand it and interpret it. It's so reductionary, like we got to get to the and I don't want to go off on like TikTok or but like
we can.
There's like TikTok dream culture now, or it's just like, it's like dream dictionaries. These things just like tell you this is what the dream means.
Yeah, a dog always means this, or so that's very personal. Yeah,
so but if you felt like, I feel like I really connected with this person, then I think it'd still be interesting to explore your relationship with this past partner, and there might be something else there that is still corded, or like
that's
you're still like connected to this in some way.
And that was way back, like not way back, but it's been a while back. Yeah. So I hopefully released that, even though he's come up today for whatever reason. But hey, I
want to say one more thing about this, what you just shared with this desire to have this dream about your mom. We can incubate dreams, and you can ask before you go to sleep for to try to connect with her in your dreams, and also completely let go of the attachment to that. Like, it's like, because
that's the way the world works better. Yeah. When we're not like, give it to me, or I want. When you say want, that implies it won't happen. Yeah. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. So I will. It's
like the both and.
I want, and this is, and there has been a conflict inside of me that is really my mother. You know what? I've been relieved since her death. I have been relieved. And there is a part of me that doesn't, like, I have not been maybe open to that. And then, but maybe what I could say is I want to only connect with her beautiful soul and none of this other shit that she has put on me my entire life. And that I continue to put on myself. Let me own that. Right. Let me own that. That's why I'm in recovery, to stop being, we are doing the parts work and inner family systems work in my recovery of becoming my own loving parent. Yep. I want to ask you something. I know, I don't know what time it is exactly, but I have this idea. I want to tell you a dream, and then I was wondering if we could have closure with this episode. And then when we come back, you can give me, like, we can talk a little about interpreting that dream and then talk about a bunch more stuff. What do you think?
So happy to jump into a dream. I will just do one caveat and say that dream work to me, it's like, depending on what the dream is, I might say, you know what? I just don't know if I can honor the process of it in this format. Okay. Right? Because I take, it's very like sacred work. And so I just want to, I just say that ahead of time in case I get any hits that, like, you know what? I just want to really make sure I could tend to this. And I don't know if I could do that in this exact format.
Thank you for that, and that transparency, and also to not create false expectations for our listeners. Yeah, right. As we do a cliffhanger. Yeah. Tune in next week. Yeah. When we find out. So the dream and this is so interesting that you're doing this theater project, because part of Traumedy, I think part of the idea is, okay, I want to be doing this live and I want to actually have a panel, which maybe, who knows, maybe you'll be one of my panel members.
Love to.
I want to have comedians and also but people that hold sacred space. That's tricky to find sometimes.
Yeah, very.
With the irreverent comedians. So I want to have a panel of comedians. I want to have people who share a trauma that are ready to laugh about it and let us play with it on stage and let them kind of direct it and go, no, that helps more. No, this helps more. And then they leave with a little nugget of a cartoon of their trauma, their traumedy that because it helps me all the time. When I drop into a trauma, sometimes I can just, like my son going, it's not my way.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I'm not dying today. So yeah, that's what I want to do on stage.
I love that idea.
But in my I think I was in my 20s. I went to New York and I went to this experiential theater in the East Village. And what they would do is take a dream and act it out on stage.
Yeah.
So you would share the dream with them. And I just had this dream last night. So this feels this feels like higher power is like, pay attention.
So that's one of the ways I can work with dreams too, is get very physical. Yep. Dream theater. Gestalt, which is just like you're acting out, sort of embodying parts of the dream. And so that's what I mean is that it doesn't always mean, you know, some people think they ask me for a dream and they want a quick response.
Nutshell. Like, But we might extrapolate.
Yes.
What I want to share. So this is the dream that I've had, recurring dream. And it's basically the Wonkavator from hell. And I it's a weird, like these buildings, almost like when you see those like drone shots of Dubai, but it's like a glass elevator. And I know it's not really safe, or I don't completely trust this elevator. And also this last dream last night, I wasn't even inside the elevator. I was on some sort of shaky platform. I had to catch the elevator. I had to go up and I was like, don't look down. You're going to be okay. Just keep going. You're going to be okay. And I was trying to find the entrance to the elevator, but I ended up entering it way, 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 way up high, like on the 100th floor or something, 119th floor. And then it's like, and then there were several of them, and I was trying to get my little platform to move over to the door I needed. Usually I'm inside.
Yeah.
And then it just goes kind of crazy, and I feel terrified that I'm going to die. Either the thing's going to crash, I'm going to fall, or I might, like they do in Willy Wonka, go through and just tune in next week.
Perfect.
Tune in next week. The Wonkavator from hell. I don't know if it's from hell, but the Wonkavator.
It feels like it's from hell.
You're listening to Traumedy. This is part 1 with Katie Mason, licensed professional counselor, comedian, and keynote speaker. Tune in again next week, and we'll have more with this amazing guest.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Katie.
Thank you.
Well, hey, that was part 1 of 2 with Katie Mason, therapist, dream therapist, counselor, mentor, poet, comedian, keynote speaker, and also a wonderful person. Tune in next week when we hear Nancy say, okay. I love that you think I'm joking.
I know that you're not.
Try it. You ever do it? You ever take it?
I've never done that.
All right. We're going to start off with taking a knife out of our back. Just pull it out. One of the knives of betrayal. Oh, I wanted to share this. Look in the show links to get tickets to the show Life, a delightful show about fear and grief. Also, Nurses Off the Charts is off the charts, y'all. Oh my gosh. We heard so many wild stories at the last show in Fort Collins. The next one's going to be in Colorado Springs. If you're in the Colorado area or you want to just visit Colorado, come on out. Go to a Nurses Off the Charts show. There's one in Colorado Springs at Looney's Comedy Corner on March 28th. I will put my link tree in the show notes, so you can just click on that to get tickets if you want to come out. Those shows have been selling out. So yeah, this one's going to sell out. Come out to Nurses Off the Charts and hear some of the outrageous, hilarious, wild healthcare stories. We've had all kinds of people, and hilarious patients and healthcare workers alike are sharing stories. So come out. Join us at Looney's March 28th. Also, I'll be at the Dairy Center for Performing Arts March 29th. in Boulder, Colorado. And then we're going to take this on the road. We're going to take it national. So if you're listening to this, let me know where you live. You want me to bring nurses off the charts to your town? Let me know. As always, I want to thank my son, Nathaniel Norton, for providing the music. And remember, tune in Tuesdays. It's Traumedy Tuesdays.